We are now going to turn our look at the Romantic movement in Germany. More specifically, we're going to be looking at one artist who is a beautiful example of the German art movement. His name is Caspar David Friedrich. And this is his self-portrait. Isn't he intense? I know, right? So here we are looking at the first of his artworks. This is called Crucifix in the Mountains. Now, its unusual shape and frame is because it originally served as an altarpiece. Now, the idea of this altarpiece is that it would be set into most likely a private chapel and be part of the main altarpiece in this chapel. And then you would look upon this scene as a moment of meditation or reflection. This type of I guess we would call it a landscape. We see a mountain, these beautiful fir trees, and then at the top of this mountain, we see extending high above it, we see a crucifix with the figure of Christ. We also see this gorgeous blazing light from the sky and the clouds, and there's some kind of is it the sun that is shining through on the other side of this mountain? These types of landscapes were really popular in the Romantic period. They are referred to as transcendental landscapes. I know it's a vocabulary word, and I'm not giving you the term or writing it out on the slide. I'm sorry. Let me spell it for you. TRANSCENDENTAL. Transcendental. Transcendental landscapes are really popular at this time because the idea is that you would contemplate these overwhelmingly gorgeous images, and you would be breaking beyond the ordinary or your common experiences and thoughts and beliefs. It's almost like it's a visual way of tapping into some, not necessarily supernatural power, but some greater power, some universal power. So here we see a landscape, but it's not just any landscape. We have also the emotional intensity of Christ on the cross, this balance of the beauty of the land and the faith, the Christian faith that is being displayed here in this altarpiece. Now, as I said, these types of images were meant for you to contemplate. So let's contemplate. Let's stop and look. I'm going to give you just a few seconds. When you look at this, did you feel calm? Did you feel alone? Did you feel complete? However you felt is exactly the way you should feel. That's the point of these types of transcendental landscapes. And being in this altarpiece, it also is supposed to add an element of your personal faith. And of course, this would be in a church, so a Christian faith. What's curious about this piece is in the details. While it looks to be perhaps a historical scene of Christ on the cross, and you're looking at maybe the sun's rays of God coming upon his son as he's on the cross, those are not trees that would have been found in Jerusalem, in the real spot where Jesus is said to have been crucified. Those are trees of the German forests. This landscape is very German. The crucifix is extremely tall. Look at this. Isn't this detail amazing? And when we look closer at the body on the cross, there's a shimmer to it, like it's a statue. There's also some ivy growing up it. So Are we looking at a statue on a cross on a German landscape? Yes. Now it adds a sense of pride, of patriotism, of home, the natural world of Germany. So here we have a more personal connection with the surrounding state of mind of the person who would have owned this. And I'm being very vague about who would have owned this because we're not quite sure exactly. We know that it was created about 1807 or 1808, but we don't know who the original commission was for. Later on in catalogs, it's in a wealthy woman's house, but it's never used as a private altar. So we're not sure of the original function, or not original function, the original owner or intended location, or if it ever was with the original owner. The framework is also really complicated and beautiful and original to it. So I'm going to give you a link to a Caspar David Friedrich crucifix video, and it's not required, but if you would like to, you can watch more of it. It's by Khan Academy, and it's pretty good.